Spud here, and today we're taking a first look at the highly anticipated DCS F-100D Super Sabre from Grinnell Designs. This video is going to all be straight from the cockpit, no cinematics, only what you can expect when you're butt in seat in the DCS F-100D. Whether you're flying as a slick chick, a Misty, a Wild Weasel, or protecting those boys down south, with maybe some MiG hunting thrown in there too. And please keep in mind, everything you're seeing here is a work in progress and subject to change. And I wanted to extend a huge thank you to Grinnell himself and everyone on the team for allowing me an early look at the Hun and allowing me to give you guys a preview. So, what can really be said about the F-100 Super Sabre that hasn't already been expounded upon in countless documentaries and volumes of books? She's the first of the Century series, designed to fly higher, faster, and further than anything that came before her. North Americans' answer to lessons learned in the skies of MiG Alley over the Yalu, and emerging Soviet threats around the world. And well, you guys know me, the historicity of the F-100D Super Sabre was reason enough for me to jump on the hype train since the day the Hun was announced a number of years ago now, and to throw my wallet at the screen on day one of the pre-order. But what if you're not DCS World's ultimate Cold War warrior? Or your bookshelves aren't covered in volumes of works on the Vietnam War or the Arab-Israeli wars like mine? Is this jet for you? Well, hopefully today we can help to answer that question for you. Right off the bat here, I gotta ask if you're a fan of the DCS F-5E Tiger II from Eagle Dynamics. A fantastic and classic module that recently got a remastered refresh to its artwork, and an aircraft that most people start DCS World flying. If you answered yes to that question, then you may fall into the group of DCS World Tiger pilots who have wanted to see the capabilities of your beloved F-5E be expanded beyond a pure aggressor to cover things such as the addition of an air-to-air refueling probe, the ability to carry 4 times AIM-9 Sidewinders, and additional weapons options along with some quality of life improvements, now that the module is one of the very oldest that DCS World has to offer. Now, despite the F-100 falling into the category of heavy, expensive jets built for the technology-obsessed TAC for nuclear war in Europe, the exact type of jet the F-5 Freedom Fighter was designed to replace in the inventory of allies across the world, and to be included as a goodie bag in US diplomatic efforts around the globe. In DCS World, as a game and a simulator, you can kind of think of the Super Sabre as your new Super Tiger, carrying 4 AIM-9s and equipped with an air-to-air refueling probe and able to carry a huge array of weapons. And while it can't carry the AGM-65 Maverick, the avionics upgrades of Project Highwire allow the Super Sabre to fire the AGM-45 Shrike anti-radiation missile. For those of you guys scratching your head wondering why Shrikes are being carried on the D model, all of the Highwire Huns had the avionics capability to receive the modifications needed to fire the Shrike, but in the end, only the Foxtrots received them, seeing as a second pair of eyes could help prevent your tail getting chopped by an SA-2 over route packs 4, 5, and 6. And while you do lose the radar that's present in the F-5E Tiger II, you gotta ask yourself, do you really use the radar outside of its dogfight modes anyway? But thankfully, the F-100D Super Sabre retains the bare-bones simplicity of operation, at least from the pilot's perspective, that you love about the Tiger II. And this leads us right into our next question. Are you an aspiring DCS Cold War warrior? is your virtual squadron moving to flying more in the Vietnam era, but you're a bit intimidated by the sheer complexity that is the F-4E Phantom II and dealing with Jester, multi-crew, and the finicky vacuum tube-filled AN/APQ-120 radar. But the F-86F Sabre and all of the World War II warbirds just don't cut it when there's SA-2s launching and MiG-21s marauding around. The F-100D Super Sabre, being a second-generation jet fighter and born out of the golden age of military aviation, perfectly bridges the gap between its older sister, the vaunted F-86, and the whiz-bang technological marvel of the F-4 Phantom II and the Century Series fighters, while matching, and in some cases exceeding, the Double Ugly in capability and performance. As successive upgrade programs and changes were added to the Hun, more and more technology was bolted onto and stuffed into the jet, allowing her to survive and contribute over the battlefield of the 1960s and beyond in some countries' cases, such as the AN/APR-25 ARHA, the ability to drop the Bolt 117 laser-guided bomb, along with the ability to fire the Shrike. But under the hood, she's still just an upgraded North American Sabre, making her easy and quick to start up, taxi, and get to the fly-in and the fightin'. No finicky radars, INSs, or overly sensitive electronics, or junior lieutenants unceremoniously shoved in the back seat to worry about. An evening and a couple of beers is all you'll need to get the basics down and start flying missions with Phantom Fanatics, Skoshi Tigers, Heinemann's Hot Rods, Turkey Drivers, and Mirage Maniacs. But that's where the hard part really starts. The F-100 Super Sabre is easy to learn, but extremely hard to master. Learning to get the absolute max performance out of the jet without bleeding excessive energy or suffering a compressor stall will take time. Calmly and swiftly relighting your engine after an afterburner failure without panicking as a MiG makes it onto your 6 or a guideline is bearing down on you. Safely landing your Super Sabre without succumbing to the Sabre dance or shacking a target with the highly classified TLAR or that looks about right bomb sight will take experience that only flight time and training can give you. The F-100 is truly from an era where men were men, sex was safe, and airplanes were dangerous. And every facet of this jet shows it. The Grinnell Designs DCS F-100D Super Sabre is a fantastic addition and really rounds out the ever-growing collection of mid-Cold War and Vietnam-era aircraft we have available to us here in DCS World, and plugs a massive and glaring gap.
Mr. President, we must not allow a mine shaft gap
between the eras of DCS World aircraft, and in my opinion, will really allow us to start creating and flying some awesome 1960s era missions with a multitude of aircraft, not just A4s and F4s. I hope I have attained my goal of helping you guys figure out that age-old question: is the F-100D Super Sabre for me or not? As this question gets more and more important as DCS World grows and expands in all directions with more and more modules, and it becomes harder and harder to keep up with everything. This video, guys, is not a review, as I don't think it's fair to create a review video for a product that hasn't even made it to the release stage. This is all just about helping you decide if this is the jet for you or not. So, guys, please stay tuned for my coming review video upon release of the F-100, as well as additional tutorial videos. So please leave us a like and a subscribe, and let me know in the comments section down below what you'd like to see in the next Super Sabre video. Thanks guys, fly safe out there, and enjoy this beautiful game.